States is trying to bully me and send me back to Somalia, so I feel a little pressure.
Really?
But he's messing with the wrong one because I have the backing of the wonderful people of Minnesota who elected me to represent them.
Got you. Sounds good. And what's your nationality? Where you're from, by the way?
I was originally born in Somalia, left when I was 8, and came to the U.S. when I was 12.
Yeah.
In 2019, Ilhan Omar changed her birth year from 1981 to 1982 on her Minnesota State Legislative page, Wikipedia, and her U.S. congressional page. Now, last year, I learned that you may request records such as naturalization records on refugees who are deceased. Now, Ilhan Omar's father, Nur Omar Mohammed, did pass away in 2020. So I did submit a request to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, the federal agency that processes and maintains naturalization records. Now, why would I want to do that? Well, Ilhan Omar claims that she obtained citizenship when she was 17 years old, meaning that she's claiming she derived citizenship through her father. How it works is an adult refugee, they apply for citizenship, they go through the process, and when they naturalize, their minor children derive citizenship through that parent. On the form that I sent, I included the name her father used when he lived in Somalia. I also included a news article with a photo of her with her father. And this news article did verify that he did pass away in 2020. Whoever conducted the record search, they knew exactly whose records I was seeking. So it took a whole year. I did receive the letter on June 20th. And ironically, June 20th is World Refugee Day. Interesting. Your index search request was received in this office on June 27, 2022 regarding Nur Omar Mohammed. Yada yada, we completed a thorough search for records. Unfortunately, we found no matching index reference. Our search included all variations of the subject's name, including Nur Saeed Elmi Mohammed, with the same results. There's no records. And I want to be clear about this. The federal agency which processes and maintains naturalization records, they have no index reference. There's no record. He never naturalized. So it's impossible for Ilhan Omar to have derived citizenship through her father. It looks like Ilhan Omar is not a citizen. She just didn't count on the fact that someone might request her father's records. So it looks like Ilhan Omar has committed voter fraud and may have perjured herself when she ran for Congress. So this is a call to action. All the elected officials took an oath to defend the Constitution. Now it's time for them to step up and do so. So we cannot allow a Somali nationalist to be in Congress writing and voting on laws that affect the American people. I don't know about you, but I'm not having it. Our founding fathers sacrificed way too much for this nation and for our freedom. I'm asking you to share this video. I'm asking you for your prayers. Please pray for our nation every day. And remember, Genesis 12:3. I'm AJ Kern, and I approve this message.
With a federal investigation underway concerning the immigration status of Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, one woman has been publicly raising red flags for years, and she believes she knows where the trail will lead. You're no stranger to politics, I know, AJ, having run for Congress yourself, but you have been raising red flags about Omar for years now. I know there's a bit of a backstory here, but walk us through what you've uncovered.
Right. Well, in 2019, I was looking at something about Ilhan Omar on the internet, and it occurred to me to look at her birth year. I don't know why, or birth date. And so I used an age calculator and found out that she was actually 18 in the year 2000 when her father became eligible to apply for citizenship. She claimed that she became a citizen at the age of 17. So when I realized she wasn't actually 17, I created a video explaining derivation of citizenship and how that works. So to me, this was like completely a red flag that I had figured out that she actually wasn't a minor when her father could apply for naturalization. So it kind of blows a hole in her story that she obtained naturalization or citizenship when she was 17. On top of that, not anyone has ever verified her citizenship, not the Minnesota Secretary of State, the FEC, or Congress itself. I then went to the Minnesota Secretary of State's office in October of 2019, I believe, and I asked questions and found out that they didn't verify her citizenship, and they actually don't.
So how do you verify their citizenship if they're foreign born?
But that's outside of our realm. There's no authorization in the statutes for us to follow, double check on people, verify their status and things like that. They sign the affidavit. That's the certification statement, and that's just the way it is right now. There is no law that requires us, and in fact, because there is no law telling us to do that, we would be violating the laws by checking up on people. We don't verify everybody is a citizen. We don't verify everybody is a citizen. We don't verify everybody is a citizen.
Okay, everyone, you just heard it. When a candidate goes to file to run for an elected office, the state is not verifying U.S. citizenship. I believe that the whole narrative that Ilhan Omar became a citizen at the age of 17, that narrative that's documented, has been sold for so long that people have bought into it and they believe it. But where's the documentation? No one has seen her official naturalization records. No one. Not the Minnesota Secretary of State, not the Federal Election Commission, not Congress. And there is enough evidence now, especially in changing her birth year. I mean, who does that? Who goes to that effort of, oh, I'm in Congress now and I've just noticed that my birth year is incorrect. No, that's a red flag. And I think there is enough evidence now that Congress has a job to monitor their own, and that's what they should do. They should have initiate a congressional inquiry just because there is enough evidence that calls into question whether she's actually a citizen, and that this is so important that we do not have a foreign nationalist, a Somali nationalist, occupying a seat in Congress, affecting laws that govern the United States of America. I think there's just enough out there that calls into question, and the fact that no one has verified her citizenship. Show me the documents.
Your findings, though, that story was completely ignored by the mainstream media. In fact, I'm aware that a local TV station had the evidence, but decided not to run the story and kept the truth from the public. I know you've been, again, publishing all of this for years, claiming that Ilhan Omar is a foreign nationalist sitting in U.S. Congress. I'm curious, though, what kind of backlash have you faced for all of this? And has she disputed your findings at this point?
Well, Ilhan Omar has never disputed anything that I have publicly shared or questioned. Never. She's never addressed it. As far as backlash, so the Council on American Islamic Relations, CARE, they published a report. The title of this report is the Minnesota Anti-Muslim Propaganda Mill. And they placed my photo and the photo of 4 or 5 other people, and they blacked our eyes out in these photos. And so this report was attacking us for anything we may have stated, and they put a target on our backs, essentially. As an American citizen, I'm outraged that my government has allowed the Muslim Brotherhood to come in under these front groups and organize, and Americans are having their free speech restricted by intimidation tactics, and it's not right.
That's all for today. Thank you. If you want global news to keep you up to date on any new developments, please subscribe our channel and forward our content with your friends on social media and email. Thank you very much for keep supporting me. Stay safe, be blessed. Namaste.
Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.